Hi, my name's Kieran Smith and I'm better known as Kieran Smith Equestrian, and welcome to the farm, mine and John's home for the summer and where my journey as an equestrian began. I am definitely not on the farm and I 100% need these sunglasses because we're in Gran Canaria, it's boiling, it's sunny and I can't see a thing, and I'm so excited to finally show you guys, tell you guys should I say, what I'll be up to over here. So a short period of the time will be spent as a holiday, having a break, whatever that is, which has involved a lot of preparation before this to make sure that John was okay, all my other animals were okay, and that everything was sorted at home before I came out. But also, even more exciting, I'll be spending some time with the Gran Canarian horses, experience life over here with the Gran Canarian horses. I will be experiencing life over here with the Gran Canarian horses is what I meant to say. And I've got absolutely everything I need with me. I brought my hat with me because if you're an equestrian, you'll know exactly what I mean when you say you don't want to ride in anyone else's hat but your own. That also includes your boots. I have brought my boots with me, I've gone that far. And also I have got a selection of clothing to protect me from the mosquitoes, but probably also going to boil me to death. And that is a lemur base layer. I've gone for long sleeve because I don't want to be eaten by mosquitoes, and I've also got my lemur breeches with me as well. So I am so excited to be able to have this opportunity, and you guys are going to come with me because I'm going to film every single step of the way. We're going to be riding in the morning, in the afternoon and on the evening, and then in between those we're going to be interviewing the owners of the centre, which gives you guys the opportunity to ask any questions that you might have. So if you have any questions about the Gran Canarian horses, how the centre started out, anything whatsoever, make sure you hit them into the comments, throw them into the comments, and I will make sure those questions get asked for you. You can see that I'm already starting to sweat. It's like 27 degrees here. So as well as doing that, we'll be spending some time over here having a bit of a break, but that's also meant that I've had to prepare John before I came out here, which was a really stressful process. I've had so much to do in a very limited amount of time. I had parcels coming from left, right and centre with no tracking numbers, and some of those parcels I needed to come out here to Gran Canaria. I had to do the fencing for John, harrow John's field, tell my mum, Chelsea and Becky exactly what they need to do with John whilst I'm out here, and who exactly is responsible for them. I'm going to try stop saying the word exactly. So, the run up to it, we spent a whole day filming, well not a whole day, maybe an afternoon filming of the harrowing of the fields and the fencing and all that, and the video went wrong. I tried to put it together yesterday and I was like, this is just not working, and that is because I was so stressed. I was just throwing the camera up and I was speaking to the camera and then putting it down, and none of the video added up whatsoever. So, we're going to start with the fencing. I decided to half John's field to allow half of it to graze. The day after, John decided that he was going to start jumping out of his field and jumping field to field, including ruining the new manage, which is annoying. So what I've had to do now is, you'll see in the video I half the field, which is absolutely fine, but instead now I've had to move the fencing over to the perimeter of the field, so it almost makes a spread. So you've got the electric fencing and then you've got the wooden fencing about, I don't know, 2 foot away from it, so that it puts him off trying to attempt the both. Now if he does attempt the both of them and he clears it, then we will be going to Fox Hunter BSJA, or BS they call it now, don't they? He will be going up the ranks. But go see what we got up to. I've come up to do the fencing for John. The reason I'm doing the fencing is because what I'd like is a little bit more grass growth on the field, so that when it comes to sort of approaching winter, he has something to munch, and he has got that field over there that he can eat. But I've got to do all this, locate my parcels, pack my suitcase. John's now sorted, everyone knows what they need to do with him, so he's sort of done. I'm teaching tomorrow, I'm working all day tomorrow and Wednesday, and I've got so much to do. But I'm so excited to be going over to Gran Canaria, extremely excited, and I think it's such an amazing opportunity to be able to, I say work with the horses, we're not really working with the horses, but we're having that experience with them over there, and I'm really looking forward to it because I just know it's going to differ so much. And the owners of the centre, they are so lovely, and like I said earlier, they have a lovely background story, but it's just all the stress running up to it, which is not ideal. It sent me west, shall we say. John's decided to go eat the bare side of the field. We're actually going to put him this side of the field, just because there's a bit more grass there. I've harrowed it through, so a bit of rain on it, it should all be good. And I'm going down the centre of the field. Those are really wonky at the moment. Down the centre of the field and then across the left, because over there, there's a lot of tree coverage for him to get any sort of natural shelter. And all I'm expecting from the guys to look after him is just to make sure he's okay, make sure there's no illness, bring him in, groom him, give him the interaction, and just try to keep him into a routine if they can. But I'm quite happy for him to have the 2 weeks just chilling in the field if he wants. He's been working fairly well recently. He gave Becky a run for her money, then tried to give me a run for my money. But he did settle down, and the good days make up for the bad days, and sadly the bad days don't make up for the good days. So, yeah. I'm going to continue with the rest of the fencing and get this done. John, you're going to have to come over this side. John! Arrogant. But anyway, I'm going to carry on with the fencing, and I will pop back in a minute and show you the finished product. Whee! Now that's the fencing up. Didn't last too long, like I say, but straight after that I also had, well, straight before that actually, I had to harrow the field, which made me quite nervous. I've never harrowed that field before, and some areas the grass is quite thick and long. So whilst we were going around harrowing, the harrows decided to snap and come off, so I had to drag them over to the car. They weigh a ton. My arms were aching the next day. So we whizzed the harrows around the field. Meanwhile, Becky was getting ready to ride. So Becky has finally arrived. She's only an hour and a half late, or an hour and 15 minutes late. Like you were late for how many shows, like you're late for your own funeral, like you're late for absolutely everything.
If I'm on time, that will not make me very happy.
I don't think you'll have much feeling altogether at your own funeral.
I want to be late for my funeral. And you knew I was going to be late.
Okay, well, Becky doesn't actually know what I'm going to record or what I'm going to say, but basically this is a group conversation, including Chelsea behind the camera, to say that you guys are responsible for John when I'm away for 2 weeks, and what that's going to involve.
See, I'm not that surprised.
She's not that surprised.
He moved in with me before.
Yeah, he has moved in with Becky.
I think he likes me better than you.
Becky's like co-owner. We could just the owner. Ideally, do you want to be the owner?
That sounds like responsibility, and I have quite a lot of that.
Yeah, it's quite a lot. So you, Chelsea, and Mum are going to co-care for John, which is pretty straightforward because he doesn't actually need anything to do with him unless you really want to do something with him.
Yeah, I like John.
She likes John, so that's okay. So, but you're like, you're the main responsible one. So you're the one, like, if his leg...
Can I not be responsible today? Can we not judge me on today?
Not today, but from Thursday. So if his like leg drops off, you're going to be the go-to.
Oh, I need the vet.
Well, I don't know who my vets are because touch a lot of wood.
Who's the responsible one?
Touch wood, I've never needed the vet.
I know who my vet is.
It depends really, whatever vet gives me the right answer. The cheapest answer is usually the vet that I go for.
Yeah, that sounds about right with you.
Okay, well Becky's going to go ride John and...
Yay.
Enthusiasm.
You've told me he's being naughty.
And why don't we ask Becky why she's got sunglasses on? Why have you got sunglasses on?
I may have had a drink last night with you. And you. And you.
She may have had a drink last night. Should we be a bit more precise? Or 20 maybe? So that's why she's got sunglasses on and she's not that enthused right now. So just put that out there. But I'm going to leave Becky to go ride John. They can get on as well if they want. We've got look at the support group. If we pan round, we'll see more sunglasses. And yes, that is also alcohol related. And she's also just been floored off her own horse and lost the bridle, didn't you?
I pulled it all off.
She pulled it all off. So
I confirm it's very funny.
it's been a good day already. So I'm gonna leave.
So I
It's been
don't want to fall
an
off.
experience and a half.
I can't fall off. I really don't want to. No, I'm just going to walk. He's alright and walk, isn't he?
Well, anyway, I'm going to leave Becky to ride John. I'm going to go harrow the field, and then I'm going to probably park up and watch and just see what happens. She doesn't want to fall off, but right. Well, let's go. So we are in the car. I'm going to put my seatbelt on. There we go. Becky's there, look, on her way to go get John. She's moaning about it a lot. I've got to try drive through that soil there. To get round to the back to get the harrows, so we might get stuck. But I am in four-wheel drive, and we have got Coca-Cola. Whose is the Coca-Cola? They didn't hear me. Anyway, let's go. He's in a vile mood, and he's been like that for the past 2 weeks. Nothing, he just... It's because he's no longer retired and he's not happy about it. He's never been well behaved. So I don't know what she's on about. So, the harrows just came off. So, Field's harrowed. Harrow's back over there. Car is there because I can't be bothered to take it back. Becky is now on John, who has just froze for a massive temper tantrum and basically proved my point of him being an absolute TWAT over the past 2 weeks. How are you doing? All right? Yeah, cool. Well, she's got 2 weeks of this. Now, Becky is the responsible one. Responsible. She will be the go-to if anything's wrong with John, and she's been given the full permission to have any say, veterinary care, anything whatsoever over him if she can't get a hold of me. So it was quite important that I run through everything with her because Chelsea and Mum, if there's anything wrong with John, they're going to be calling Becky. I run Becky briefly through everything before she went away to ride John. I went and harrowed the field and did what I needed to do. I swapped with Becky then. I decided to get on John because he was being a bit of a pain in the bottom. He did actually go really well for Becky in the end, and he went really well for me as well, so I was quite pleased. But then I had to run Becky around the yard, show her where everything was because she's not done with much with John over on the farm. So I showed her where everything was, grooming kit, bridle, saddle, the keys, the lot. Whether she took it all in, I don't know, because she was rather tired. And Field's finally harrowed. Becky has ridden John. How's that go for you? He likes it. He was a bit of a TWAT, but he is behaving himself now. So he finished off on a good one. So we're going to quickly show Becky round, and Chelsea's also behind the camera who will need to know, but she already knows the routine a little bit. John, stand up, mate. And my mother, I'll show her a different day. So you guys do whatever you want with him. Just don't hurt him, don't injure him, and ideally really swerve the vet bills. Like no vet bills. No vet bills. I don't.
See him sometimes, so I'll get, you know.
Well, I don't like to see him, but he does. So, touch wood, I don't actually have a specific vet because I've never needed one, but Seven Edge do my vaccinations for him. So, that is for the cobs. So, I will leave something here, emergency number wise. I'll include your number as the main number if these guys need to call because at least you know what to do with the vets and things like that. In there, debridle. Debridle. Desaddle. My cap. Well, let's swap over.
And is that for me too?
Yeah, you can wear that. His grooming kit's down here, obviously. I've been putting that in his ears. Only a little bit. The fly mask was just rubbing him slightly on his nose, so I've kept it off and been putting that on. I'm rubbing a bit over his body. He's run out of his liquor. He's got mane and tail spray in there. All his brushes are in there. I think I put some wound spray in there if you need it. But he should be okay. Just make sure that all his legs are attached. He's got mane, tail, and 2 eyes.
What about 3 legs? Is that okay?
Yeah, as long as if I don't know, what I don't know won't hurt me, really.
Yeah, what you don't know won't hurt you.
So, if you own horses, you'll know for a fact the most stressful part of the holiday is preparing your horses for you going away. Forget the plane journey, forget the airport, forget the coach journey to your hotel. Getting your horse ready will be the most stressful thing you can do because they've got the needs of a toddler. And the videos you've just seen were filmed on the Monday. We didn't fly out until Thursday, so yesterday. And between those days, John was, causing havoc. He was taking fencing posts out still. He was taking the electric fencing down. I put a energizer on it to make the fence electric so he could have a bit of a shock from it. He did get a shock from it, but I came down the next morning to the fencing being down again. Now, I promise you now, if that horse tries to jump the electric fencing and the wooden railings, I will be incredibly impressed. But all I can say is I hope Mum, Chelsea and Becky are enjoying their time putting the fencing up. But besides that, that's all sorted now. That's behind us. The most exciting part is on Thursday, today's Friday, we'll be heading out to the centre to spend the time with the Gran Canarian horses. And I think The owners of the centre have such a lovely backstory, and all the horses there seem lovely, and I'm really excited to have a tour around the place, to speak to the owners about how they started out, meet the horses, and also go riding around Gran Canaria and explore the island. Gran Canaria has always been like a second home to me. I love the island so much. I've been here several times, and I will continue coming here in the future for sure. It's always warm, it's nice, the scenery is beautiful, the people are lovely, and there's no better place to be. But don't forget, guys, if you've got any questions whatsoever about the horses over here, about how they operate the horse over here, so like feeding, care and all that, because obviously they don't have grass over here. That's one question I want to ask. How do you feed your horses? How do you get so much food in? Do they order in hay? Do they buy in feed? Is that all they feed them? Is there a way of growing grass over here? Highly doubt it. It's so hot. But we're going to ask those questions, we're going to find out, and we're going to have an awesome day for sure. Make sure, if you've got any questions, pop them in the comments. Keep an eye on my TikTok and my Instagram, because I'll be putting a lot over there. And more importantly, make sure you like, comment and subscribe. Join me on this journey, because this is a journey we're going to go on together, and it's something we're going to experience together. And I will see you all next week.